The popular board game Dungeons & Dragons is making its way to a theater near you this weekend, or you could possibly choose to see a heartwarming tale of a mom and a son, or a British rom-com about breakups. There's a lot to pick from, so we've got our film critic Rad here, who's going to walk us through everything. Good morning.
Good morning.
You got a little pep to your step here.
Like, I'm just kind of, right now, I'm curious about whether you played Dungeons & Dragons.
Okay, what do you think?
I don't know anything about Dungeons & Dragons as the game. I never lived with that. That's like, I'm like, those dorks, like, let them have that.
I haven't heard the word dork in so long. Dungeons, I played a little bit when I was a kid, but I'd have to be reminded of how it all shakes out.
Okay, yeah.
But people are passionate about this game, and so now they can watch. Like, how does that work? What's this film about?
So now you got a movie. I mean, they had a Dungeons & Dragons movie like 20 years ago, and it was as bad as you'd expect it to be. This one was surprisingly fun. So the dorks are winning right now, because now they have another franchise that they can be like, it's awesome. Like, and the thing is, this is a movie that doesn't, it's not throwing you for a loop in the sense that it follows all the tropes you'd expect from a fantasy movie.
Look who's in it.
I know. Okay, fine. Do you want to go right there? You got Reggae Jean Page giving you smoldering looks. He's giving real like Chris Hemsworth and Thor energy here. Nice. But yeah, like this is a movie that it's following the tropes of these fantasy movies, but it's also like it's got that self-deprecating humor where it's not taking any of this too seriously. It's definitely wanting you to have fun with it in terms of having a few laughs at it. You got these performers who are really invested in it, but also, this is made by the guys who made Game Night. Have you seen Game Night? Like, for anyone who's seen Game Night knows that Game Night was a very silly comedy that somehow these guys made it better than it had any right to be. Like, they would look, and that's what they're doing here. Because in Game Night, like, they directed it as if they were directing a David Fincher thriller. It's a silly comedy, but they're hitting all the comedic beats and they're directing it like that. And same with this.
You liked it?
I enjoyed this because the action's inventive, the jokes are all on point, and it's directed as if these guys are they're playing a win.
Fine. Okay, so who's this for?
This is for people who like movies like Hot Fuzz and 21 Jump Street, Kanye's favorite movie, 21 Jump Street, because the movies that are like they have a silly premise, but they just roll with it. They have fun. They play to win.
Like, shockingly, I've never heard of Hot Fuzz, but
I
haven't. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about 1001. What's this about?
So, okay, definitely the movie to see this weekend. This is a big award winner from Sundance. It's about a mother trying to raise her son, keep him out of foster care. And it's one of those movies. It's a movie that's made in the shadow of moonlight in terms of it's a movie that is trying to show you how like the kind of love. The focus here is the love that it takes to lift these people out of these particular circumstances, right? Like help them get past the economic uncertainty, past gentrification, all the kind of social issues bearing down on them. The thing about this movie is there is a certain, this is from a first-time filmmaker, A.V. Rockwell, definitely someone to watch. First-time filmmakers often tend to do a little, go with a little gimmickry to get attention. That's, unfortunately, the system's built in that way, where that's the only way you can get attention when you're making a little indie film. That kind of takes away from this movie a little bit for me, but at the same time, you have this beautifully humble aesthetic, really great
Is this gonna rip my heart out?
It is definitely gonna rip your heart out.
Okay, so who's this for then?
Absolutely worth watching. This is for people who like movies like Short Term 12 and Half Nelson.
Oh, yeah.
The Sundance anointed dramas that, that bode well for who the talent is behind them.
Want to mention a rom-com, Rye Lane? What's this one about?
So much fun.
It's fun?
Rye Lane, it is so much fun. Rye Lane, so this is a rom-com that is currently streaming on Disney+, British rom-com about two people who are like soaring, like reeling from a breakup, and they just have a wonderful little before sunrise style day together where they're kind of walking around South London and observing the background. And everyone's gonna fall in love with this one actress here, Vivian Opara, who's just hilarious. Yeah,
and that guy.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
who's this for then?
This is for people who love like 500 Days of Summer.
Okay.
And Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. It's that kind of frothy, fun rom-com.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.